series on editing, configuring, installing, everything to do with a Wolfenstein Enemy Territory server. In this tutorial we're just going to start at installing a plain vanilla server, and then later on in the series we'll get into configuring it and customizing it to our likings. So there's going to be two links in the description. One's going to be for WolfET 2.6OB Custom. This is the installer for the game, and we are also going to download Silent-0.8.2, and I'll have a link in the description for that as well. So first things first is I want you to create a folder on your desktop and call it etserver_YouTube, or you can just call it whatever you'd like. And you're going to open that. What you're going to do is you're going to drag the installer into that folder. You can exit this and you're going to go ahead and run it. I'm going to go ahead and grab a copy of this now. You don't want to install Punkbuster, nor the ET Minimizer, nor the shortcut, nor the other shortcut, so go on and select all those. We're going to go ahead and browse for our folder on our desktop, hit OK, and we're going to go ahead and install that. So while that installs, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and I'll be back. So our game is done installing, so we're going to go ahead and close that, and we're going to delete the installer, and we're going to go inside our folder here. Now we can delete the docs folder, and we can also delete the Punkbuster. Excuse me. We can delete the ET client because we won't be needing it, and we're stuck with this. So we have our ET and our ET main folder. We can go ahead and start this directly, and we'll have a plain vanilla ET main server. So there you go. You guys have installed and started the basic ET server. Now we're going to go ahead and install a mod. For this tutorial I'm going to use Silent Mod, which is an active mod currently in the ET community, and we're going to go ahead and start on that. So we're going to shut this off, and we're going to open up our silent.zip. Inside here are two folders, Silent and ET main. We're just going to drag them into this directory, and we're going to remove and replace all of the files, remove and replace, and we can go ahead and exit this. Now, you may be thinking, okay, so how do we start the mod? Because if we start this, it's only basic ET main. What we're going to do is you're going to go open up Notepad, and you're going to type in etded. Now, this is letting the program know that we're adding arguments to this application with batch. So we're going to go ahead and type that, and we're going to do +set dedicated to make sure you know it's a dedicated server, +set net IP, and this is going to be your server IP. I'm just going to use my local machine IP. +set net port, this will be your server port. I'm going to use the default, which is 27960. We're also going to set our game mode. Now when you do +set fs game, we need to give it the directory of the mod. Our mod happens to be inside of Silent, so we're just going to type Silent. And last, we need to execute the silent.cfg, which is the silent mod config. This happens to be in the ET main folder, so if you want to use your own custom one with a different name or settings, just change that here. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to save this. We're going to go to our root directory of ET, which happens to be here. We're going to go down here to save file, save as type, and we're going to hit all files. Now we're going to name this runme.bat, in other words, a batch script, and we're going to save it. Now we can exit this. When we run this batch file, it's going to start up the server, and if you look right here, it says game initialization, game name, silent mod, game date, April 24th, 2014. And then it starts to initialize. So now you have a basic server set up with bare minimum settings Silent Mod. In the next tutorial we'll be going over how to configure Silent Mod at the bare minimum. We don't want to go really in depth into it. We're just going to do the starting, and then we're going to move on to banners, shrubbot, and things like that. If you guys run into any problems or have any questions, just let me know.